Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we are making chicken nuggets.
Grab a plate, 'cause it's the all-free whole food plant-based cooking show.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the show. Today we are going to make a really great recipe, tofu nuggets that are, essentially in place or taking the place of chicken nuggets. If you got those picky eaters at home that really miss those chicken nuggets, this is a great alternative. And the main ingredient is a high protein tofu. This is like it's a super firm tofu. You can also use the extra firm, but I think this is just a bit more firm, and it will give you that nice feel of, a little bit more chewy. So I've already cut this open. So this is, like I said, it's a high protein tofu. It's organic, non-GMO, all that good stuff. I already drained the liquid off. And what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna plop this out. I have a clean tea towel here. I'm just gonna pop this out onto there, because you wanna get a majority of that moisture out of there. So you just kind of wrap it in your tea towel, press it a bit. And this is too, like, you're not gonna get very much moisture out of the super firm stuff because essentially they've already done that, most of that. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit here for just a second. Okay, and we're gonna put together our spice mix. Okay, so we have a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of parsley, a half teaspoon of turmeric, and a half teaspoon of sage. Get in there. And a half teaspoon of smoked paprika. And I always love to know, if you guys have watched the show before, I love my smoked paprika because it has that smoky flavor. It just adds a really nice depth of flavor to a dish. Okay, we're gonna add, and just a pinch of nutmeg. That just gives it something just a little bit interesting. It's completely optional. If you don't have nutmeg, you don't have to use that. And a little bit of nutmeg goes a long way. Then 1 teaspoon of tamari, and this is a low sodium tamari. Okay. And 1 cup of low sodium vegetable broth. And we're just gonna mix that together, stir it up, get those spices and stuff all dissolving in there. Okay. We'll mix that again in just a second. We're gonna take our tofu here, and we're gonna make our nugget shapes, right? So you can just cut this into cubes, squares, whatever you want, but I kind of like to have a little bit more of an organic shape to it. So what I do is I stand it up like this, and I just cut 3 slabs. So you're just gonna make 2 slices down through it. Just like that. Give my mix another stir here, make sure all the spices are pretty dissolved. But the tofu is gonna be in there a while. If your stuff is not all dissolved in time, it will, and you're gonna kind of be shaking it every few hours. So it will all get mixed in. So now you've got your little slabs, and it depends on the size of nuggets that you want. I'm just gonna tear them off, chunks, and toss them into that marinade. Okay, so I'm gonna finish that, and I already have some that I made before, and it's been marinating in the refrigerator. It's probably been in there about 6 hours, but you could do this the night before, get them soaking there, because you want them to soak a pretty substantial amount of time to really get that broth, all those flavors all soaked down into it. And another thing you can do, because it's a super firm tofu, so I'm gonna have a fork here, is you can take a fork when you got the slabs like this and just poke holes down into it with your fork. And then it will absorb a bit more of that marinade, because you really want that, all those flavors to soak in. Okay, and you just keep chunking that like that, and then I'll just cover it and put it in the fridge for overnight, or at least 6 hours. So I'm going to set this aside here. So now we're going to make the breading type of topping that we're going to roll those in. So I have 1/3 cup of rolled oats, 1/2 cup of shredded coconut, unsweetened coconut, and then I've got 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. And this nutritional yeast is from Nutrilicious. They happen to be the sponsor for this show, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about their nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is an essential ingredient found in every modern-day plant-based kitchen that actually dates back to ancient Egyptian times. Nutrilicious nutritional yeast is a powerful superfood that is gluten-free, low in sodium, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Nutrilicious is high in dietary fiber, pound for pound has more protein than beef, and is full of the cheesy flavor we crave. As a very special deal for our viewers, click the link in the card or in the description to save up to 55% off of your order. Okay, so now we're just gonna grind this in. I've just got my NutriBullet here, just to get the oats ground down and it all mixed together really well. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so now you need a little bowl to put this in so that you can kind of roll your little nuggets around in there. Okay, and my oven is already preheated to 425. And I've got a baking tray here lined with some parchment. Very important, because if you use just your regular pan and try to put your nuggets on there and bake them, they're just going to glue themselves to that pan. So parchment's great, or if you have a little Silpat piece too. Okay, so now this is the part, it's kind of messy, but whatever. All right, so you're just going to take your tofu in your breading here and just roll it in there and put it on your parchment. And this is something, you know, if you got little ones, they might have fun helping you roll this in here and doing this, you know, and they could cut them into funny shapes or whatever. That would be kind of fun too if you had a little cookie cutters. You could make silly little shapes with these. All right, I'm gonna finish breading these and then we'll stick them in the oven. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share with you some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our new Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting members. By becoming a supporting member, you gain access to great member perks like monthly product giveaways, free downloads of our ebooks, and access to our in-depth courses, including our 28 Days Plant-Based Made Easy course, where we offer a step-by-step guide to making the switch to a fully plant-based diet. We create this show for the hundreds of thousands of viewers just like you who tune in each month from all over the world to make it easy for everyone to live a plant-based lifestyle. So if you love our content, please join us on our mission and become a supporting member today by following the link in the description. Okay, let's get back to the show. All right, our nuggets are done. They smell great. Come take a look. Oh, I can't wait to dig into these. So I put them into the oven for 15 minutes and then I flipped them once and baked them for another 10 minutes. And what I forgot to tell you before, when you make your spice mix, to portion out half of that and set it aside, and you mix that other half so you mix half of it with the marinade and then the other half with the coconut and the oats that you roll it in. But that will all be in the printable recipe, so it'll all be explained in there. So I'm gonna get some sauces and I'll meet you at the table for a taste. All right, it is time to test these guys. And I have 3 different sauces here because if you know me, I love sauce. I put sauce on everything. So I've got a ranch sauce, honey mustard, and our new barbecue sauce. And we will have links to all of these recipes in details below. Let's see which one I'm gonna try first. I'm gonna try the ranch. Oh, wow. I haven't actually tried these with ranch before. I've tried them with the barbecue. That is good. All right. I'm double dipping. It's okay. It's just my food. All right, now I'm going for the honey mustard. Ooh, that one's even better. That's sweet and tangy. And a nice bite from that mustard. Man, you are gonna love these. I can't wait to see what you think. So give this a like, and I'll see you next week for another great recipe.